We're here at National Pavement Expo 2016 with Charles Hunt, and Charles is uniquely familiar with the Elgin Broom Badger, and is going to walk us through this particular machine and how it runs. So thanks, Charles.
Hey, thanks, Ranger, for the opportunity. The Elgin Broom Badger is a mid-size sweeper. It's a twin-engine design, and it's a mechanical sweeper. So the material is lifted mechanically into the hopper as opposed to an air machine. You can see it's on a short wheelbase Isuzu chassis. It's a 19,500 pound GVW, so it's a non-CDL machine. There's no air brakes on it, there's hydraulic brakes. You can see the auxiliary motor is a Kubota 59 horsepower 2.4 engine, and all it does is turn that pump right there. It's a variable displacement hydraulic system, and that pump provides the flow to the orbit motors on the side brooms and the main broom and the elevator. It's a variable height discharge hopper. It can lift up to over 10 feet high if you need to unload into a receptacle or a truck.
And what's the lowest it'll go?
It'll dump right here.
Dump sideways.
Yeah, it'll dump right on the frame. So
very versatile machine, and the idea of not having to have a CDL, that's huge.
It is, especially in the private contractor business, because it's becoming more and more difficult to find to pay for a CDL driver.
To get a CDL driver that will pass a drug test. Yeah, let's call it spade a spade.
Exactly. Yeah. One of the features of the sweeper is a very straightforward and simple hydraulic system. These are all manual overrides on each spool. Every function inside the cab is emulated out here. You can for cleanup and servicing, you can activate all the functions on the sweeper from here.
Isn't that clean and pretty though?
It is. The electrical system is very straightforward as well. We've put all the electrical components into one locker, if you call it a locker, centrally located, easy access from the ground, very straightforward. We don't have very many electronic parts on it. Most of the functions are hardwired, so you can easily diagnose and test circuits.
Again, those are all nicely labeled. And, so forth.
Yeah, so the hopper is a 4
cubic
yard hopper.
The KM International 2-18X Infrared Asphalt Recycler Giveaway will happen in less than 30 minutes in their booth number 613. Make sure you submit your pre-printed entry ballot immediately if you would like to be included for this equipment giveaway. KM International, booth number 613.
Okay.
So it's I should have told you earlier, Ranger, it's a 4 cubic yard hopper. That's and again, it's a high lift or variable height dump. The side brooms it comes standard with dual brooms, and each broom you can adjust down pressure from inside the cab, as well as it has power tilt on the brooms as well.
That can make such a difference in not only how well it works, but in terms of picking up, but how fast your brushes wear.
Yeah, productivity, as well as you can increase the lifespan of your brooms by able to adjust your down pressure. Moving back here, we incorporate the Squeegee style elevator. One of the highlights of this elevator is when you have to do service work on it, you can easily remove it completely and lay the elevator on a bench. There's 4 bolts you take off and remove the hoses off the hydraulic motor, and you can lift the whole elevator out and do your work on it. And it's just made a huge difference in the maintenance ability to maintain the elevator.
I always tell people when they ask what a sweeper does, I say they break. And no matter what brand it is, where it is, and the ability to work on them easily is huge.
I know. I mean, it's in a horrible environment, isn't it? Like,
Let's face it.
all the time.
Yeah.
And so they are going to give you some grief, but I think that we're proud of the way we made everything very accessible, easy to get at when it comes time to repair or to maintain it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure has a good reputation in the marketplace. So you got your dust suppression water is here in the back.
Yeah, it's a 220-gallon water tank. We use an electric diaphragm pump. It's a SureFlow pump, so it's very common.
Yeah.
There's a spray bar in front of the main broom. There's a spray bar in front of each gutter broom, and also a spray bar tucked under the front bumper if you need it.
Okay. And that's good quality dust suppression makes a difference these days. That's for certain. The Transverse main broom here in the back. Do you recall what the sweeping width of that is?
It's a 58-inch main broom, and when you sweeping with this machine, your overall sweeping width is a maximum 114 inches.
Both brooms have.
Both brooms and the main broom, and you can tuck the side brooms in if you want to. We have a lot of users who sweep back alleys or bike paths in cities, and they can tuck the brooms in and get down to nice and narrow width as well.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything else we should know about this particular machine, Charles?
Well, one thing I wanted to point out, Ranger, is the serviceability. There's only six grease points on this sweeper body that you have to grease every day. Every 10 hours, you should grease one bearing on the main broom on both sides, so that's 2, and then the bottom shaft of the elevator on each side is 4, and then the top shaft on the elevator is 6. And other than that, there's no greasing to do on the body, because everywhere where there's a pin and bushing, we use a hardened chrome pin and a composite bushing, and that composite material is embedded with graphite, so the bushings are self-lubricating, and it's just taken away all the headache of having to worry about your greasing your bushings every day, which you don't have to.
Okay.
That's a very strong point.
Yeah, very strong point. All right. Well, I know that they can find out more information at elginsweeper.com and about the Broom Badger, and you have lots of testimonials about people that like this machine. I know, so.
Absolutely, and they're used in both the public works and private contractor industry. So
and for street sweeping, construction, cleanup, that sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Ranger, for the opportunity.